Hello and welcome, Fortnite fans. We are here. We are live. The Indiana High School Esports Network. Week number 3 starts, right now. I'm FBI Tugboat here with my man, the myth, the legend, CLE. How you feeling?
Soon to be here, some high school Fortnite action coming at you, which is going to be incredibly exciting to watch. Some powerhouses, our top 2 performing teams so far, are going to go at it in this lobby alongside another one of our high school teams. And so looking forward to see who will come out and put themselves ahead of the rest and see if one of our other teams can, Oregon Davis can make a comeback.
Absolutely. The stage has kind of been set here a little bit for the Varsity Fortnite Zone Wars CLE. It has been. Now, before we hop into that one, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the organizations that do make competitions just like this one possible. Of course, that is ZOTAC. ZOTAC, guys, we've been screaming it for 3 weeks. Hey, everyone. We want to give a huge shout out to ZOTAC Gaming for powering today's stream. Thanks to their incredible support, we're able to bring this broadcast to all of you, helping us to showcase the amazing talent in Scholastic Esports and the next generation of it. Let's show our appreciation for ZOTAC Gaming by giving them a shout out on social media. We'll make sure to join their community on Discord, and don't forget to use the hashtag powered by ZOTAC. ZOTAC spelled ZOTAC. Powered by, just spelled like it is, or hashtag ZOTAC USA when you post. And of course, you can type !ZOTAC in chat for more info. Let's hop on into it here, CLD. First and foremost, just in case somebody hasn't watched this one before, what exactly is Zone Wars here for Fortnite?
Yeah, it's very unique and not really what you think of when you think of Fortnite. You think of the giant battle bus dropping into this map, asking everyone where we're dropping, boys. This is not that. You start on a custom map just made for IEN and for these tournaments, and it's just a skill battle, right? You load in with guns, with resources, ready to roll, and now it's just team versus team.
Yes, exactly. Ready to go forth, land some amazing shots, and get those eliminations. Now, there will be 10 games of these. No looting really necessary. Now, obviously, they'll be able to pick up movement abilities, or movement equipment, various healing and shielding along the way. But you obviously starting with your full loadout here. Generally, what we've seen, we'll get a little bit more into this as we get in farther, but 2 or 3 guns at absolute most, and then you're going to be looking at your heals and shields, and then of course, usually one of your movement abilities, whether that's some kind of bomb or something else like that. Now, a lot of it so far has been just dominant on who can really get on top first, though, CLE.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy in Zone Wars. Whether you're playing more of a passive strategy to survive later in the game to give your team a chance, whether you're playing low ground or high ground, whether you're super aggressive going for all the kills to try and get more resources and heals, whatever the strategy is, I know that it's week 3 now. They've gone through their preseason. A lot of these teams have established their identity. So what can we do to improve on that? Maybe change it a little bit to set each team up to go to the playoffs.
Exactly. Now, just to be clear, as far as regular season, postseason, everybody going to be making it onto the postseason, but difference there is, of course, seeding. The teams that come forth put up the most points per game, obviously, is just last player standing right here. You will not go forth and get points for your team, just style points maybe, on getting those just really classic and clutch eliminations, right? Is just last player standing. Want to go ahead and introduce our teams? Yes, of course. Let's, of course, get the Tigers here. That is Alexandria-Monroe. Now, Alexandria-Monroe coming in. This is now week 3, so across the first 2 weeks, they've taken down 5 total games, so 5 team points here, CLE, when you're talking about that seeding for the postseason. Talk to me a little bit about Oregon Davis.
Yeah, Oregon Davis also looks like they have a Tigers logo, which is quite fun. We got a lot of Tigers and Cats happening here. They are currently entering today's match 0-1, did drop in their first match, but are showing up today. Definitely have learned from a lot. You learn a lot from losses and knowing and watching people that are succeeding, right? So we're really looking forward to seeing them turn it around today, put up a good showing, and hopefully get their first round win and maybe even their first game match win.
Yes, absolutely. So they have taken what 2 games down, but none of their overall matches. So guys, if you check out, and big shout out to League OS. If you check out the League OS where it says like 1001 stuff like that right there, that's not like fully accurate. What it is, of course, is like the team points, the individual games they take of 10. Now, obviously, CLE, you want to take the majority of those 10 down. That'll get you, the 1-0 lead victory, whatever for the week on League OS. Last team I want to talk about here, our favorites, right? Our favorites, Wabash, 8 points. 8 points across 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of points. That is dominant victories coming from Wabash. They also only have 4 players on their team. It's very unique for this format. A lot of people have subs and all these different things, but Wabash has the roster, and they are confident, and they should be, right? They're currently sitting on top of the leaderboard. And as we head into our first game, we'll start to see who will come on top, who will start well in these first matchups.
Fantastic point. We had a 4th team here. Just want to say, obviously not 100% sure and do not want to speculate, but Bremen, our positive thoughts, good vibes going out to y'all. Weren't able to make it for whatever reason. Again, don't want to speculate. Positive vibes, good thoughts, all that other stuff. Taking a look at our individual teams, you were talking about how Wabash has 4 players. Well, that is the opposite of the case for the Tigers of Alexandria-Monroe and the Tigers or some other kind of, cat of prey. What are they? It's not a bird of prey. What is it called?
Predator?
Predator. There you go. Some other kind of feline predator here at Oregon Davis.
Yeah. It is. It's going to be interesting. So I believe we are playing 3 teams, which we have not seen yet in our matches. We have broadcasted here. It's been 4, so a little bit less chaos, probably a bit more patience here, but also you really don't want to be stuck in between the 2 teams. So as these players are getting ready here, wanting to strategize and locate where everyone is at is definitely of high priority.
A fantastic point. Just the overall strats, game plans, whatever you want to call it, right? Your game theory here, I just feel like it's a lot easier when you take one of these teams out, right? Because if you're fighting with one and you know where the second one is at, well, that's it, right? Just it may seem simple, but keeping in mind of that 4th team is just so much more difficult, especially when you can pretty much segment out, okay, this 4 players on a team, these 4 players on a team. Those are the only ones you got to worry about. Taking a look right now, we're on board with Blink 180 Dude. Gotta say, love the name.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the Alexandria-Monroe Tigers that we're on board with, taking this high ground early in the middle of the map, putting a lot of pressure on some of these other teams. Can't quite see who is their Batman clicks we see on the ground, now pushing them, and lots of knocks coming through as well. So it already may be a 1v1.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. We're going to stick on, I think, with Alexandria-Monroe this whole first game, because why not? They are on fire as of right now. Now, they do have a player down right here. They should be all gravy. And also, we just saw how many eliminations happened down bottom. There's only 8 other players in this game, CLE.
Yeah, lots and lots of people are falling down already. I'm curious to see the kills sheet at the end of the game, because one of their teammates is just wreaking absolute havoc down there, running from box to box, breaking and taking walls, and absolutely destroying. We see lots of loot on the ground from opposing teams, but where are the remaining members?
It's a fantastic question. Now, again, on board with an Alexandria-Monroe player here, they're going to know that if this base gets taken out, this will be a much harder effort ahead of them trying to get some shots into a player that's just trying to parachute and get down to the ground, get down to safety there, CLE.
Yeah, and it looks like we have eyes now. We have a location on these other players, and it is right on the side of their building, trying to contest that high ground, trying to break these walls and take them for themselves. Is one of the best strategies in these building versions of Fortnite. Got to be able to claim these walls so you can edit them. And we see masterful work done there, but they are able to escape for now.
Blink 180 Dude. Almost full on high ground, highest place on the map. I think they know that there's another player that is at least trying to get up here, if not already is. Yeah. So now take actual penultimate, but the problem with this, of course, is that you just let your only teammate left get taken down. Now, I'm not 100% sure, of course, but I think it's fair to think that that's what Bash down bottom wrecking havoc.
It's got to be, right? But I don't think they're at full force anymore. I don't know. There might be people from both teams alive because they're still firing here. We know that Blink 180 dude is the only player left for Alexandria-Monroe. So, and taking the high ground though, but now being contested by this impact grenade, able to now to get onto that high ground as well. Getting fired away at, trying to break their bridge, going for the healing strategy here in this last circle.
Nicely done, trying to, yeah, like you said, healing battle going on right now. That's a little bit off the top, and Blink-182 dude has understood the assignment. Will he be able to get that off? I don't think they did. Yeah, I don't think they did. Yeah, that's going to be Nick Fury and the rest of Oregon Davis. Oregon Davis taking this down. Yeah. So Oregon Davis coming into this one with the least amount of team points, right? Round wins across the first 2 weeks and increasing from 2 to 3. Love it.
Yep, they are getting on the board here early, and that is incredibly important. As we said, there's 10 rounds, and so winning the majority of those gets you that match win. And so each of these rounds start to add up because they're pretty hard to get. Each of these individual ones, and the momentum especially is quite helpful.
Really is. We'll see how this one number 2 goes. Obviously, we'll jump around a little bit more. Fair to say that Alexandria-Monroe, hey, these Tigers like living up in the trees, staying up way, way high, you know?
Absolutely. It worked out well for them as well. It gave them a good shot there. We saw a good healing strategy. Not one that we've seen very much, but they knew they had a lot of that green health, a lot of those heals there to help them get through the storm. Maybe a different strategy that we'll see often if you're on that high ground away from people. Avoid the shots, avoid getting knocked down, but instead just heal it out.
Just heal it out. Something tells me that that's something we're going to see more here, CLE, given that we have, I mean, a solid, what, 25% less, only 12 players instead of 16.
Right. Yeah, it makes it a little bit of a slower game, which is probably good for a lot of our teams. It is something that will help them be able to keep track of all that is happening. Lots of builds getting knocked down. We see somebody leap from the top of one of these builds, I'm sure by an impact grenade. Oh, no, looks like they died to gravity. Uh-oh.
Dislike that, of course. Hey, it's always been a strat since early Fortnite to delete a floor that a player is flying into, movement ability or not. Trying to build up right here and get this going, but now fighting against the storm, that is a battle you will not win eventually, but a couple players now down, moving on board here with Oregon Davis, the winners of our round number 1.
Round number 1 winners. Still all of their players alive. Looks like they're playing a little bit of a safer strategy. Playing for that late game. We saw them win that last round from that low ground. We're shooting teammates. You didn't do any damage because that's your friend.
They just kind of keep them on their toes.
Yeah, right?
Love it. Love it. Oh,
they didn't see it coming.
Somebody got taken down right there. Now picking the litter from their loot. Switching on along here on board with Neutron Mars. You can basically see the strat painted out across comms here between these players. Basically hear those verbal comms being rung out. Like, get your shots in if you can, but we want to own and be able to edit all of these walls, floors, ceilings, and mores. Say it's like a furniture store.
Oh, man. Yeah. Wanting to build up here. We're on board with... Oh, switching now on to Alexandria-Monroe. Having a bunch of kills coming through here early. Still full team alive as well. Storm Eye shrinking. We're starting to see what our last circle will look like before it closes completely.
On board Blink 180 dude again. Spent a lot of time here with them. I think they just keep anticipating pressure that does not come so far. Now we're here with Wabash. I mean, this is a Wabash squad that we thought was really going to come in here and make some waves. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, falling out here early. When we see the battle now, I think it's a 4v4 still. Alexandria-Monroe taking this high ground once again, which seemed to be their strategy from last round, and I believe that Oregon Davis playing it slowly.
Yeah, this just makes sense. There's no real like push to go forth here and do anything faster. Again, less players fighting against the Storm on the end, and we're on board with Batman and Clicks. They've got to know it. I love this, like these two different angles, right? These are markedly different places to hold fights from, but the players down bottom will be able to easily renegotiate their position up top here, which will be held by Batman Clicks as well. Like, yeah, they're reining in shots, but they have the skills to pay the bills. They have a shotgun and will sing out, stopping the intruders along their way.
Yeah, one of the interesting things we've talked about is the differing in strategy. Not that one is better than the other, but oftentimes they can lead to different results. And so we see here, low ground versus high ground. Lots of big shots coming out here as we go to our final circle. The heal's going to need to come through here shortly. Impact grenade all the way up. They're getting into the zone as much as they can, looking for a shot. Trying to get some heals through here. Not going to be going for that strategy, but instead trying to land some shots.
I do like what Pycelism there was trying to do for Alexandria-Monroe, but they're going to drop a second one in a row here. What they're trying to do is the reposition up top, but hey, you said it, my friend. Oregon Davis. Don't call them an underdog because they've been here the whole time.
Yeah, and their logo's a cat, so they're not under. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But they are performing extremely well here in this early part of the match. 2-0 for Oregon Davis is a fantastic start.
Yeah, again, just coming into this one, right, Wabash, I mean, just the fact that you win 8 out of the 20 games you've played coming into week 3 is pretty good enough for me, at least, to tout you as a favorite. Wabash, I'm looking at you, friends. It's been Wabash out early, games 1 and 2 thus far here, CLE. Alexandria-Monroe putting up some solid, like, competition.
Yep.
They've had the last player alive, and or the second to last, I should say, in games 1 and 2 thus far. But Oregon Davis, they needed a couple of wins. Like, they needed their next breath. And the good news is they're going to keep on breathing.
Yeah, one of the interesting things that is unique now, because there's only 3 teams, is that because there's 3 teams, you can get pinched in between the 2 teams very easily. And that makes a lot of sense with what's been happening, because we've seen Oregon Davis, they have owned the low ground. We've seen Alexandria-Monroe, they have owned the high ground. And so, who gets stuck in the middle? Well, that's Wabash. And they have been knocked out early both times. But it looks like a better start for them right now, as we are on board with them, taking that high ground here early, looking like they're pinning down Oregon Davis in the corner of this map as the circle closes in.
Drawing beads over here. Cole from the O. Looking to hit some precision shots. Not 100% sure if they connected earlier. They will have caught the attention one way or the other. Here comes reposition. We got some fireworks about to start. Building all the way up. No. Okay, so came in looking mega aggressive all through the thick of things. Cole from the O still up top, but Jackanoff dropping down bottom. I can understand the desire to try and hold high ground here, but your teammate is down.
Yeah, teammate down, but needing to continue to push on. It does look like here for Wabash. No, not even trying to find their teammate right now. Maybe one of the other players are trying to.
Regardless, they'll switch to some other action here, CLE. Nick Fury 555 trying to get something going here, and it looks like we have a player who is AFK, unfortunately.
Oh no.
This is an Oregon Davis player, unfortunately, so Silver Dawn was, for whatever reason, unable to make it out of spawn there. We will not speculate, unless you feel like doing a CLE.
I mean, they had to get nerfed somehow, right? They're 2-0. I mean, it's only fair.
There you go. Keep things fair here at the IEN. We are, of course, kidding. I'm not 100% sure with that. Maybe a disconnect or something. 23 seconds until this storm is moving. Mr. Killer 2007 Junior. Now, what that tells me is that this player was born in 2007. How does that make you feel, CLE?
That makes me feel
archaic.
Like I should not be playing Fortnite, because this guy's way better than me.
It makes me feel like there are mummies in sarcophagi in Egypt, younger than me. That's how it makes me feel.
There might be,
Trying to move through these. 10 seconds here on board Neutron Mars. Got a solid look at this player's perspective in games 1, if I remember right, when we mostly kept on with Alexandria Davis. Now Alexandria Davis quiet as a mouse here. No Tigers roaring loud here, and I'm not against it, right? They have all four
Right.
of their players up, mostly shields. It's not about elimination,
Oh.
CLE. It's about staying alive.
Right, and we've seen this strategy work well for them in the past, right? They keep their players alive, they get to that last circle, someone can survive, and so that is their goal. We have lots of gunfire being spread around, but good building with lots and lots of safety nets with floors and walls and ramps and cones, all of the things in making it able so they won't be knocked down as easy, but as well as stopping that fire from above them.
Easier said than done. Easier said than done, my friend. Blink-182 just trying to get through edits just so they can get a little bit lower and try and get involved with this one. Call me crazy. I don't. Oh my goodness!
Whoa,
The call this
whoa.
guy crazy is on a tear. What the
What is that?
chainsaw there? What the chainsaw looks like? Obviously a more unique utilization of equipment, we'll say.
Yeah, just like cruised around on it and then went straight through the build. Did a little bit of damage, but took a shotgun shot to the head, and so was not able to get a
Cole
lot
from
done
the
there.
yeah, unable to go forth and get into that circle. Did not start the healing as well. Now that's going to be Wabash dropping here, and Oregon Davis on an absolute tear. Here's a little scoring update here for you. CLE Alexandria-Monroe came into this game with 5 points. 5 of the 20 games they played coming into week 3 they took down. Oregon Davis not tied with them.
Yeah, and we see the Tigers still at the top with the amount of kills that they've gotten, but not even having a single point for round wins. So Oregon Davis has worked hard, and they have studied up and have a strategy going into today.
Understood the assignment. Last alive
Yes.
here. Eliminations. Hey, they're flashy. Glory never dies. I get it. I feel you. But it's about the last player alive here, and that's the only way that you're going to take a point down for your team and influence your postseason seeding number. Seeding ranking? Seeding. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is, gets you that better matchup to give you a better shot at that championship. That's what we're playing here for in the regular season, and also practicing it and having so much fun. Want to give a shout out to all the coaches and all of the volunteers that make these programs happen. Tugboat and I talk about all the time how jealous we are that this did not exist when we were in school, and we're again dating ourselves once again. It is just an incredible opportunity, and we are very thankful.
Really is, really is. I want to add on to that here, CLE. We talked about the players plenty. Big shout out now to some of the coaches and coaching staff. That is, Coach Asanom Krauk. Man, ACINOM. Last, their second name, KRALC. I am so sorry if I am just butchering that. And Maneker over there for the Tigers lead. Of course, that's Alexandria Davis. Big shout out Oregon Davis. We're looking at Josiah Clemens and Werner, coaching staff, I should say, over there. Big shout out James Burns for Wabash. Without you guys, or without y'all, I should say, competitions don't like this don't happen. Well, CLE and I both know how clubs, varsity sports, the whole 9 yards goes. They have to have the coach directly associated with the school, teacher usually, right?
Yep. On top of their current job, they are also doing this.
Yeah.
And so that is a very noble effort. And we saw a nasty shot come in here from Quacky. Just absolutely editing, sniping with that sniper, heavy sniper, nailing the shot, editing back to safety. But one of their teammates is down and out. So once again, Wabash now down to 3 players.
I will say as well, perhaps, and I'm saying all 3 teams here, perhaps a little bit more team play. We have not seen like that readiness to go forth and pick up teammates. I think we might have seen a single res in game number 1. We're in game number 4 here, and outside of that one right there, teammates have mostly been left out to dry. This is a team-based game here, CLE.
Yeah.
Having more teammates is frequently going to go forth and draw you a W.
Especially when there's builds, right? You can make the safety to res them. And so it's something that I think we'll see more of if there's a better opportunity. But the action is fast here in Zone Wars. And so even the time it takes to res your teammate means that's time you're not building and taking ground.
Very true. Also time that you're not healing. We're on board right now with Nick Fury. Edit comes in, so there's checking out the bottom area here. They have a couple splashes with which to up their shields, and given that two teammates in not so great positions, and another teammate, Shinigami, a player we have not talked about too much, now getting taken out. I believe that is Alexandria-Monroe on the other side, just taking down Oregon Davis players right now. Going to be a lot tougher to take a to get the 4th round win in a row.
Yeah, and it looks like Oregon Davis is now playing down one player. Looks like they only had 3 possible, and now only 1 left in Nick Fury. And so, gonna be much more difficult for them to take a 4th win in a row.
Got to start this healing process here, and got to get inside. Okay. Oh, and getting right to it. Hey, no time like the present. That's what Neutron Mars is saying. Hey, I don't need to heal. I don't need to shield. That stuff's for you guys.
Yeah, they don't know what your health bar is at. They don't know that you're in a little bit of danger. But if you continue to be aggressive, maybe you can get some better heals than the one that you do have. So just working around the map here, taking that high ground. We're taking more storm damage.
Not ideal. I was just ready to sing the praises of Neutron Mars right here. Not gonna happen now. I mean, that is just the difference of about a quarter of a second, maybe half of a second or something like that. Cole from the O and the Western Wabash getting the easy W here in round number 4. I'll say it. Basically gifted to them. That was just poor play on the back end of the circle right there. This could have very, very easily been, even with a player down, Oregon Davis taking it down again.
Yeah, but Wabash now getting on the board. We see them as the powerhouse in this match with their previous results, but here they are now getting on this board and now swinging the momentum in their favor because they have 4 players where our current leader, Oregon Davis, only has 3 now.
Fantastic point. So you have to see how that influences them coming into the last part of this match right here. I'm trying to check. Yeah, all 4 here. Cole from the O, Jackanope, Quacky, Apache 3, I believe that was. Yeah, so we're looking at an Oregon Davis squad. Is this? Yeah, so this is going to be Silver Dawn. Unfortunately, no longer present here for the Oregon Davis squad.
Yeah, playing with 3 players, we've seen it not be the worst thing in the world, but obviously that's 1 less gun, that's 1 less health bar, 1 less opportunity to win games. So not the end of the world for sure, but definitely not an advantage.
We've seen it before. Really what it is I mean, so 6 games left, just outside of halfway through this. What it's going to do is kind of negate their ability to take, like, all 6 of these now down, right? Because they've already done it 3 times. You saw the effect in the earlier game 4, the Wabash first W. I'm going to say like 2 or 3 more if they really try, but it's just going to be so difficult. And also, you have to think about this, CLE. Oregon Davis puts 5 more together right here. Is there a world in which Alexandria-Monroe and Wabash don't work together against them?
Right, yeah. You start to get that target on the back. Like, they know where they're starting. They know their strategy, that they're taking low ground, and all of a sudden, people start to look primarily at this low ground to stop the streak from happening. And so maybe that's even what happened in the last game. People are learning the other players' play style. They're understanding the way they move around the map. And so we see, once again, Oregon Davis taking that low ground.
Board. Neutron Mars want to share the healing as best they can here. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit easier said than done. No rest for the weary right here for this squad. Neutron Mars. Hey, get aggressive. I like it. Wait, is that 2 different? No, that's not 2 different squads fighting. That's a full 4-person squad right there, and you don't want any part of that one.
Yeah, not when you're flying in the air. Surprisingly, no shots landed, but they are sneaking around the bottom of this tower now. Going to be hopefully getting up to that top there. I'm not sure what this trophy does. Do you have any idea?
No idea. It said on the screen, Mythic Goldfish.
Okay.
Mythic Goldfish.
Is this a product placement?
You probably know what fish do to people, but what's up?
I said, is this product placement or what's happening? Can you eat
no
it?
idea.
I have no clue.
No idea. It looks like a throwable. Looks like a throwable.
Maybe it's just like a grenade or something that shoots fish everywhere. I have no clue.
New things getting added to Fortnite all the time. Part of the reason why we love it so much.
Keeps things fresh and exciting.
I can agree with that. Apache 3, again, a player we have not talked too much about. This is a squad that does have at least 1 player down here. This is, of course, Wabash. Okay, well, they're set up about as good as one could be. Let's say that.
They've got this high ground. They've claimed it for their own. It is not being contested right now, but I speak too soon as new boxes and builds are appearing, and I believe that is one of our other teams. I bet it's Oregon Davis because they have contested this high ground later into these games. Now getting boxed up here, doing a pretty good job of getting their way into the space of Wabash.
Alexandria-Monroe has just been so much more kind of like variant in where they're going. Game plan for Oregon Davis hasn't necessarily changed up that much, and now Wabash. Now, you can't have the conversation about changing game plans without talking about Wabash, because they've been forced to change up their game plan pretty much every game thus far, right? Especially once Oregon Davis. Oh, that was almost really bad. Great shot right there. Obviously, in case you're unfamiliar with Fortnite, if this player had not redirected their own movement, that would have been no bueno, and almost fall to the circle. Wow.
Circle's moving.
Apache's putting on a clinic right now as far as movement, CLE.
Yeah, the problem is they have 5 HP, and the circle is not going to stop. This is the final circle, so they will not have time to heal. They'll not have time to get that HP, and they go down right there. We have 1 full health bar left for Wabash here, clamming up towards this water tower. Now on top of it, hoping to pop some heals here. Oh, but they fall off. Not able to do it. Impact grenaded as well.
Gonna be enough, though. Okay. Love it. Alexandria-Monroe taking down their first W.
Really good showing by them. We see that they have taken a lot of kills. They are on top of that leaderboard, but as far as wins go, still 3 wins for Oregon Davis. Do you think we're going to go 3-3-3 and then have a winner-take-all battle at the end?
That would be amazing. That is something that I would love. That's something I'd absolutely love to see.
That would be awesome. But you know what I love to see? Any of the LANFest things that are happening. So thank you to LANFest for building healthy communities through gaming and making things like the Indiana Esports Network happen. There's 23 chapters across 18 states and over 150 events a year. You can find any event near you at lanfest.com. That is LANFEST.com.
Love it. Love it. They've been doing a lot for Scholastic Esports for a while. Pretty fantastic cause, if you ask me. Oregon Davis taking down 3. Looks like their little run has now been, well, definitely has been interrupted. Wabash takes down game number 4. Alexandria-Monroe makes themselves known. Takes down game number 5 here. Do we have any predictions here for game 6?
Man, I think it's just going to continue to get closer and closer. These teams have kind of figured out one another. And so I think I really do think we might get a 3-3-3 final game take all.
I feel like that's a lot easier given that Oregon Davis has already gotten that 3 and now they have those 3 players, right? But Wabash taking down 2, Alexandria-Monroe taking down 2, and then again, for the match point, a winner take all game 10. It's almost like we scripted it, right?
Right.
Hey, you got that paper I sent you, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check PayPal. Oh man. No script at all here. Just enjoying some great high school Fortnite. We're seeing, again, maybe a change of strategy here. We're seeing Wabash here now onto this high ground early, but not taking that middle tower that has been so hotly contested.
Working as an absolute tandem quartet right here. Apaches and the rest of this squad, I think they just kind of felt the effects of not working together, basically.
Right.
Especially, I believe that was Jackanope and Quacky falling a little bit earlier, like in these rounds. First half of this Fortnite Zone Wars, and now they're just gonna be completely happy. Yeah, that was almost bad. That was almost bad. This is now really bad. Got to jump up and grab the ledge. Okay, not happening there, and then hits your head against the top. Now the movement again is being redistributed or whatever else like that. So they did not take any fall damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, no fall damage, but now they are separated from their team. That quartet is over, and so is Apache falling down here. We see a heal come through. Look at that.
There you go. Working in tandem. This is Alexandria-Monroe. They just took down the last game right here. Cannot be surprised that they come off of a round win right there and then show more elements of simply having figured it out.
Yeah, the Flowberry Fizz coming through here. Needing to keep walking while healing through the zone. Able to get some important heals off. continuing to do so as they follow their team around, trying to continue to move in unison. We see the final circle, the location coming through here.
John Mars is finding nothing but a series of pyramids in front of them. Now they know they don't have edit capabilities of this as well, so it's just going to be about getting vertical and getting vertical about as quickly as you can.
And again, we've seen multiple teams now trying to play this low ground strategy. It looks like all three teams are fairly healthy. Big shot there onto an opposing team, getting them located. Have good room to move down here. Is Oregon Davis. Looks like they got their fourth player back, which is pretty nice for them.
They just got, they just got an absolute rat trap deployed right here for this player. Player was coming through and putting up their own walls and then ran to one. Well, hey, I can't edit that one. A little bit low, actually, Mr. Killer 2007 as of right now. They have the splashes to go forth and help themselves out, but perhaps there's going to be a last-second type. Yeah, I mean, look at this. They're drawing a pinpoint in the middle of the circle. That's so smart.
Yep, and they got their heals ready. They'll be ready to absolutely heal as much as they can. Keep that raw HP as high as possible. Later in this game, we see people contesting this low ground now, hitting massive shotgun shots, taking walls away, firing bullets wherever they can.
Nick Fury, fantastic effort right there. Did get the shotgun blast, so both players knocked by the circle. I have no idea who ended up taking this one down. Let's take a look at it. Piece of them. Okay, Alexandria-Monroe taking down two in a row. Two in a row, number 5 and now number 6.
Wow, good showing by them. And once again, the 3-3-3. Is it coming? Is it happening?
Is it coming?
I'm ready.
Is it coming? Hang on a second. Yeah, but it's not going to happen until obviously round 9, so.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah. But we're getting closer each round.
And indeed we are. Indeed we are. Round and round we go. Where we stop by, I do not know. Love to see Oregon Davis come forth and kind of like, persevere through adversity, right? Which is a fancy way of saying losing their 4th player. Alexandria-Monroe really does feel like they've figured this one out a lot. And Wabash, there were like mild expectations for this squad to come forth and put up the most numbers. Well, we're looking at an Alexandria-Monroe squad that now has 7 total. Wabash at 9. Oregon Davis flirting with 5. Well, not flirting with 5. They have 5.
Right. Yeah. It is a good showing here from all 3 of these teams. A very competitive match. We've seen a lot of lopsided ones across the league. Nothing crazy lopsided, but a lot of times you see which team is the clear favorite. And in this one, it's anyone's game.
I mean, I think it was it wasn't the preseason. I think it was week 1 CLE that we were doing. I believe that was the middle schools as well. And of the 4 teams, 2 teams got, it was like literally an even split, like 5 and 5 or something like that. Yeah. So love to see all individual teams taking down round W's and adding to their overall season score on board. Now Batman clicks now to put up some kind of signal here with this, huge sniper. Now there's no way they don't know that you're there.
Oh yeah, everyone knows you're there. People are sprinting around. People are playing a little bit more aggressive this game. They are stepping out behind their builds. They're running on the ground just straight up. It's very interesting.
This
Gliding
is
around?
Mega aggressive.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, Silver Dawn back. Hey, we got Silver Dawn back.
Welcome back.
There you go. I'm pretty sure that was the player that was flying through the air as well. I mean, it would make sense given they came in with 200 and left with, 8.
Right. Yeah, they got absolutely beamed as they flew across there, but are now recovering to full health. These med kits can, and so they'll be back and ready to roll here in this game. More players flying around.
Board with Jackanope as of right now. Has heals. I mean, if you have 2 of these big pots, I'm taking one right now. This is not a long game, Does not want other players to come down from on high and then have redeploy capabilities. And cue the Jaws music. There is blood in the water. Jackanope just waiting to deploy right here. Edits come in. And this is not exactly what they wanted. You're stuck in here with me. That's what this player says.
He definitely thought he was the hunter there, just camping there waiting for them. And then all of a sudden, watch out. I'm right here behind you. You're in my box now. And absolutely gets destroyed by an opposing team. Flying through the air there is Peacelism. who is our leading kills leader in our lobby for today, and they have 11 kills and
wow,
are
double
still
digits.
continuing to nail their shots.
Yeah, crazy, crazy. Also, shout out, that was Neutron Mars on the clutch shot, and realizing the trap had been sprung, but not necessarily on Neutron Mars. Love it. No love, Quacky. No love, Quacky. Got 7 as of right now. This is a mega. They need to make sure that this base is connected on at least 3 different spots, like walls, walls to ceilings right here, right?
Yeah, you want to secure that as much as possible so you don't get shot down. These heavy snipers absolutely tear through builds and are a great piece in Zone Wars to get into people's boxes, to knock people down from the sky. And so having that 3 points of contact, as you just said, is very important.
Paramount. Oh, almost gets that one. No love, Quacky gonna try and line another one up here in just a second with this solo shot sniper. Headshot drops anybody, even if they have a full 200, of course. Cole from the O. Almost puts one to the chest of the teammate right there. No, not necessary. Not necessary. Stand down, soldier. Stand down.
Hey, but rather be safe than sorry, right? There's no friendly fire on, so you might as well. Except you just reveal your location, but at this point, the circle is closing, and so the location is fixed. Who will survive the longest?
Yeah, and actually at a certain point I feel like you get like cross logic there. Like, I want to shoot out a whole lot and I want to switch weapons as well. So they hear a lot of different firing types, so they think it's more than just one person.
Man, we saw some fantastic gunplay there from Wabash, able to get themselves into a spot to win. Nick Fury!
I think Nick Fury, yep, I'm thinking Nick Fury has got that one down. Perfectly done, perfectly positioned there at the very, very end. I mean, Nick Fury wasn't even taking damage to their health until 5 seconds after it actually closed. That's insane.
Yeah, fantastic showing by them. And they are now the new kill leader. Nick Fury is having 12 in this game. Oregon Davis ruining our hopes of the final game take all, but setting themselves up as they have not had a win going into this week, setting themselves up well to possibly take their first one.
Well, just numbers-wise, it could be 3-3-4 still in doubt. I mean, as even as you could. We'll see how this one goes. I still feel great about it, given that each of these teams have taken down an individual round win. Nobody going to be exiting this one with no benefit to their overall season score. Looking at, this is round number 8. Wow, these are just blown by, haven't they?
They sure have. And it's been a fantastic showing for each of these teams. Wabash had some great gunplay through the end of that last round, hitting some massive shotgun shots by editing floors and knocking out some of the teammates. I believe that was of Oregon Davis, but there was one left alive, and that was Nick Fury, able to take that round win there. But you see the gun prowess of Wabash and their experience showing through here. They know how to win rounds, just haven't quite been able to figure it out here in the second game, but have gotten it close.
I feel like watching the clinic that Oregon Davis, specifically Nick Fury, just put on, you don't go into the last 3 rounds of this without having a player who, shields are nice. Obviously, you want 100 shields coming into this effort, because the storm only takes down your health. But I feel like you want to have like a player back, like a player perfectly centered up like that, like you saw Oregon Davis have, right?
Yep.
And they come forth, they're ready for splashes as well, because you cannot rely on HOE, right? You can't rely on healing over time, or HOT, healing over time, right?
Yep.
With the splashes, come in there and just stay alive. Just play your life. Don't shoot necessarily unless you absolutely got to. Other than that, just throw those splashes down as quickly as you can.
And someone is having a ton of fun in this game, driving a car around and going through people's builds and just having an overall good time. And I love to see that. That is just some fun Fortnite gameplay. Yeah, I like it
the
too.
Strat.
Create some chaos.
I would love to see, and yes, I'm always one for chaos. Always one for an Asian chaos. I would love to see a Zone Wars, perhaps like season 2, something like, or next season 2, the next season, I should say, where we have like something that is not, made of this building that you can't actually drive through. That would really change things up, because I feel like getting into a car, especially later round, would be such a risk, like such an absolute risk. But if you pull it off, now you're talking about reward.
Yes, there is tons of rewards that could be gained through that. We see the Eye of the Storm being closed once again. Lots of people still alive in this game. Have not seen many eliminations come through on the bottom left hand of our screen. Setting up, though, contesting this middle tower that we see being the center point of so many of our matches.
Feel like whoever controls the middle tower generally goes on and gets into the end game with one player down, maybe, and that is just going to set you up for success so frequently. Peacealism got a piece of that player. See how they push this or not, right?
Looks
I mean,
like they're dropping back
either
down.
strats are not bad, really.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon Davis has done the opposite of contesting this high ground. Most of the time, they will just go down to the bottom. We see 3 of these players here for Wabash up on the very, very top, ready to roll and shoot down at other players. Finding Peacealism on the side of this building. They've been found out, now running around the top.
I love Quacky trying to find their way down bottom. Takes a little bit of fall damage. So I really hope this doesn't go forth and employ them negative effect here, because I mean 88 versus 100 is everything towards in the last circle. 100 shields though, so still able to play their life a little bit. Teammate does fall, a little bit of flak from on high. They're getting aggressive.
They're in the same box here. There's 2 different teams firing at one another. No one getting knocked down though. 2 HP left for Quacky. Not going to be a lot, but they are throwing the splash grenades. They have a lot of heals on board, needing to prop them here. The other teammate that they have is continuing to build these walls and roofs to keep them alive.
Okay, so maybe a second or two. Now with brick that's already been built up, nicely done. Here comes a couple small shields. Quacky last alive. Got to move through the brick. Now it's working against you. Last circle, shots freaking out as Quacky's just trying to get inside. There's a single splash now. Middle circle here, but they're going to have more than just that. Quacky, throughout their best efforts, it's going to be Nick Fury, Mr. Killer, and just more Oregon Davis players than not left alive in the last little bit, but I don't think they took it. Yeah, it's Batman Clicks and Alexandria-Monroe that takes out the W.
All right, it is going to be close once again here. They're keeping it within 1 of these last matchups, and we only have two more to go. So Alexandria-Monroe can still take this whole match win.
So here's what's possible, right? Wabash 2-piece here for as even matchup as you can get. An Oregon Davis double piece, right? Little 1 then 2 to go forth and take not just the match because they have the majority of wins, but also really kind of make a statement right here after losing a player, or taking 3 in a row, 1, 2, 3 to begin with, losing a player and then coming back a little bit. Alexandria-Monroe has been taking him like all across, right? They took 5 and 6 right there. It took a little while for them to get it going. But if there's momentum, I'm going to say Alexandria-Monroe off of 3 wins off the past 4 rounds.
Yeah, and I think they're playing a little bit more of that aggressive strategy, more than Oregon Davis is. And so that does kind of bode well in these games where you do have to take control, you have to clutch up. And so I would say odds are in their favor, and I'm a huge fan of comebacks, so.
Absolutely. Always pulling for an underdog. Always, always. I did not see the eliminations leader again, folks, just in case you're just joining us or something like that. Points allotted here only for last player alive. Eliminations still super interesting, and hey, that's why we're all here, for the flashy gunplay, right?
Absolutely. We see people moving around just the ground once again. Able to reposition just on this low ground, not contesting that middle tower yet because that's where all the eyes have been.
Popping bottles. Blink-182 dude right there, moving on along. Batman Clicks. Maybe a little bit more action here as longer range shots going everywhere. I don't think I've heard a shotgun blast in a while. Nicely done. That's not going to be too good. Okay, the redeploy of the movement. Whether that's equipment or suction gun, I'm not 100% sure, but regardless, they're going to be all right over there. Do not like their position in the tower and continue their builds over on the outside of the circle.
Yeah, rotating around the ground here, a lot more ground gameplay happening in this game. It looks like they're contesting one another's strategy now. A little bit, it just makes it a little bit easier to be able to have that floor to be able to rely on, to fall down to run around on. But it doesn't provide as much of an advantage to getting those headshots as high ground does.
And Silver Dawn here saying the best floor is the ground. Can't build through this one. Now, I would be utilizing heals there as best I can between the two. I mean, every single time you find a little hidey hole there with a teammate, you should probably be applying some splashes or something like that if both of you are missing shields and health.
Yeah, not electing to go with that yet. Those are very, very important in the late game. That
Oh
is not their teammate that just ran into that building, and that is a massive shot there from Peacelism.
2 hits,
Nice.
Peacelism hitting that player hitting the ground. My goodness, it is going down right now on the ground level.
Going for the res here in this
Okay,
room?
no, nice toss. There's a fantastic toss. So purchasing the space that they have in this room and using it to the best of their abilities. Another wall should probably come up right here and hit just the outside pixel right there to get the kill.
Man, that is an excellent play by their Peacelism. This is why they are the kill leader in this game. Able to now stick the res as well, even with all the pressure coming from Wabash on all sides here. Quacky trying to do their best to take them down permanently. Now into their box, but not finding anyone there anymore. They have moved.
Another double-digit elimination player here in No Love Quacky, 11 as of right now. Just trying to find a way in edgewise. Edits, builds are paramount, but just again, finding a way in edgewise. They'd want to try and build and forge a path for themselves to get to the center of this circle because that's where we're going next.
Here they go, building up, contesting this high ground, trying to get into each other's builds. Lots of great shotgun shots coming out. Oh, now flying through the air, getting shot down with those. That is White Health getting shot down. Being able to pull themselves back into the zone now, but have no more of that movement mechanic left. They have used all of their charges.
No Love Quacky as of right now. They have no health to be had. And if this continues, nice. So they take down this player and then try and look for heals. None to be found, unfortunately. All done. No Love Quacky, of course, gets a little bit of health from the elimination here, but 83 and the difference between 83 and 100 again is just so much. They hear a couple splashes down bottom. That's got to be tantalizing, but No Love Quacky cannot make their way to this circle, and it is not gonna be Wabash taking this one down, right? I believe I saw both Wabash players there falling.
Yeah, I believe you are correct.
No, I'm wrong.
Oh.
I'm wrong. I've never been happier doing. Wabash takes down a round number 2 to make this one, again, just so much more even. The script says Wabash 9 and Wabash 10.
And this is our final game here of our high school Fortnite Zone Wars League. And it's all going to come down to this. Can Alexandria-Monroe make this comeback? Can Oregon Davis put themselves on top? And can Wabash bring it back and tie?
So, so it's 2-3-4 as of right now. If Wabash can do this, so a couple of things, right? Oregon Davis can at worst tie this, right? Alexandria-Monroe takes it down. There will be a tie right there, which it's got to feel even worse than a loss sometimes, right? Like doing your best coming here and then just slowly another team working their way back to put up the same amount of points as you, right?
Right.
Wabash takes it down, Oregon Davis will win. Obviously, Oregon Davis takes it down, they will win. So there's got to be a little bit on the way of Oregon Davis of anybody but Alexandria-Monroe, anybody but the Tigers, right?
Yeah, they're rooting against one another, but still wanting to play aggressive. Obviously, Oregon Davis has the advantage here, being one above everyone else. So, but Peacelism going to be trying their best to tie it up.
I'm not sure if I've heard any shots, any attempts on... Okay, well, as I say that, Peacelism, sorry, that's what's called the caster curse right there, folks. Just everybody just trying to find their shots first after massive builds go up on
holy moly,
pretty much all 4 corners of this map right now. If you really take a look at this. Suction Cup, Shotgun Blast, that is the song that Quacky loves to sing.
Absolutely dominating, moving very, very quickly through the zone here. And now getting towards the middle of this map, taking their position early, getting a lot of good shots in.
Yeah, they hear a lot of heavy footsteps going on over there. There might be 2 actual teams over here. Just makes sense to get to the middle right here. Try and put wood up on the middle. Maybe some metal, even brick up on the outside. Well, that's about as big as you get. This team right here basically has just like a nice little walkway to go into the middle of the circle, but No Love Quacky doesn't like the sound of that.
Ooh, massive shot there as their wall gets broken down. Now able to back them off just through raw damage and now pushing into their box, getting that wall as their own. And this is going to be bad news for the opposing team. Quacky is trying to work their way in, but doesn't have all of the walls. So taking lots and lots of damage here They no longer have their movement ability, though. They have used all of those charges, and so needing to heal up and reposition.
That was just a great push from Stim to Stern there, CLE. No Love Quacky gets aggressive when they realize they have position and advantage, as well as a clean path to their teammates, right? As soon as it starts going poorly, okay, open up the ceiling, suction cup out of there. Now, they're going to be, yeah, what is that, like 85 health, 100 shields. Crazy. I mean, that yeah, perfect recovery.
Again, we see low ground play coming through for Oregon Davis. They did lose one of their players permanently, but they're pretty used to this 3v4 thing, and so playing dead 3 players is something they are comfortable with. Getting some more mats from the side of this building.
One more circle redeployment. We will be to our last and final on board. Patchies. Player that had a lot of success in kind of mid rounds. We saw, I think, all of 3 of their eliminations. Then moves may have all come from the same game as well. Kind of been quiet since CLE.
But they're hoping to get this last round win to set themselves apart. And the round wins are the most important part of their standings. And so each round win does matter. The match wins are just a tiebreaker in this league. And so getting those wins is incredibly important. A lot of these builds being broke down by these impact grenades. We've seen that being an incredibly powerful strategy here in the later parts of these games.
Oh, here you go. Speaking of impact grenades, hey, I got 6. Take a couple of these because I don't need any, my friend. That'll be enough, and especially given that we're on last circle right now, blasting players away and just making them take zone damage has been the play of the day so far, like in rounds 6 and 7.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And Batman here, only at 23 HP, knows that they just have to be aggressive, but getting shotgun from behind, they did not have that angle blocked from a wall here, and the circle is closing. Quackity staying at 90 HP, pretty good health total for them, but now moving outside the storm to try and get any shots on anyone else.
Here comes the splashes.
The team heals.
And just a heal off. No more splashes. Apache's last alive. Not gonna be enough. Wow. Now, was that? Yeah, that was Quacky, so that wasn't Wabash, right? We saw both of their players.
Oregon Davis surviving there on that low ground. Just had so much HP to work with, and it was.
Nicely done. Good call, my friend. Good call.
They survived so long in that storm. Lots of heals coming through. Those splashes were a great strategy. That was the longest we've seen anyone last in the storm, but it wasn't quite enough for Wabash there. 5-3-2 down our scoreboard is a very, very even match. A great showing from all of our teams.
Yes, that's me. Oregon Davis exiting week number 3 now with 7 points. Alexandria-Monroe. Yeah, Alexandria-Monroe here with 3 wins. Will be exiting with 8. Wabash getting 2. Will exit with 10. So we just saw week 3 that tied these scores up about as evenly as you could. Like, Oregon Davis getting the majority, right? They were behind coming into this one. Alexandria-Monroe getting the second most. They were in second. And now Wabash only getting 2 right here and only barely improving their overall score here, CLE.
Well, did you have fun in your last game? I did. I would click yes for sure. It was a great match between these 3 teams. Obviously, we were missing our 4th team and hope to see them in future weeks, but great showing by these 3 teams. And now the top of the scoreboard is very interesting, as you mentioned.
Yeah, so again, just score recap here. Wabash 10, Oregon Davis 7, and we're looking at Alexandria-Monroe with 8. A 5-score difference between 6-score difference between Oregon Davis and Wabash gets just minimalized down to basically something you could easily overcome within a single round. The Varsity Fortnite Zone Wars here for the Indiana Esports Network, our high school esports network, continues to pay off in terms of entertainment here, CLE, I gotta say. Had an absolute blast. Any closing thoughts here, CLE?
I'm just so excited for these high schoolers and the middle schoolers and all of the people that are able to play in the Indiana Esports Network, and so thankful for the people that make it happen.
Yes, sir. So we got 5 p.m. Eastern Standard for tomorrow's high school varsity Rocket League. I want to talk to you a little bit about League OS, another one of the organizations that make competitions like this one possible. Do you want to play esports in college, now there's a way to search through thousands collegiate esports programs, to see where they are, what games they play, and even what majors they offer. Now, guys, you just go over to portal.leagueos.gg, spelled just like it is, to search. And of course, IEN students can also manage their own prospect profiles where all their stats are automatically updated after every match, just like this one. There are scholarships out there for players as well as shoutcasters, social media managers, and more. So make sure you add all of your talents to that profile over there on League OS. Now, verified esports coaches for college are looking at this LOS portal literally right now, looking for promising perspectives, and they're of course reaching out to the ones that they like. League OS portal, of course, free for all students as well, so don't miss your chance to get discovered via this process. You can visit portal.leagueos.gg today and take your game to the next level. Guys, we really appreciate y'all really appreciate y'all watching. It's been an absolutely fantastic one, like always. We'll be back. Oh, I have it written down right here. I have not forgotten. IEN, yes, that's going to be beginning of November right there, November 6th. That is when we will be back, CLE. Yep, exactly. 2 weeks. Every other week we hop on it. That might be middle school, might be high school. I don't know. We'll figure it out on the day. How about that one?
It'll be great. And then playoffs will start shortly after.
Exactly. We'll getting onto it here soon. FBI Tugboat, if you liked what you heard, at FBI_Tugboat. That's CLE. I always do it backwards. If you liked what you heard, at CLE_TFT. Appreciate you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the flip side.